This is where the magic happens, where you can ask anything. Don't be shy. In fact, the more intimate, the better. From matters of the heart to all your juicy parts, anything goes.
Oh my God.
'Cause Mo knows. Yes, Mo knows.
Knows.
Oh, Mo knows.
Check. 1, 2.
Test 1, 2.
Check 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Broadcasting live from Manila, Philippines at the Smart Bro Studios. It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Brought to you by San Mig Light. And here he is, the Philippine genius, DJ Mo Twister.
All right, welcome to the podcast on a Thursday night. It is nice to be here. My voice, I feel good about my voice tonight. I feel good about my energy. I've been struggling the past couple nights, usually at the end of the show. But tonight, I feel like I can go 2 hours without really a hiccup or anything.
You sound better.
Yeah, I feel a little bit better because of it. I mean, health-wise, mentally, of course, I'm still destroyed. But nevertheless, it's still kind of nice to be here. Dr. Gan, good evening.
Hi, Mo. Is it because of the episode?
What
because
episode?
of the guest?
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Well, we have to be kind of like on a better behavior because
No,
not because she's fun and she's hip and stuff, but we should at least respect that there's a Philippine senator.
Tonight
inside
seems
her.
like a special night. Like, we have a senator as
in
a
my
guest.
house. That's right.
And she's using a new headset.
That's right. Pia.
Very nice.
Pia,
Mona.
good evening. Thanks for being here, dear.
Hi.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, and I'm thrilled to be here. Although it's past my bedtime, but yeah, I'm thrilled.
Now, Pia, I was writing the blog here and just kind of explaining what kind of my experience with you, how I see you. Very accommodating, very easily accessible to the public. You're out in the streets every morning, training, riding around. You visit, as many places as you can. I know from what I know of you, and you're really hip. You're tall. You're strong. You can probably kick any senator's ass. Correct? I mean, be honest. Who could beat you up?
No, well, let's put it in a better way. No, in my lingo, a marathon is 42 kilometers.
Yeah.
There are 20. Well, there should be 24, but we are actually 22, 23 now.
Yeah.
If they each ran 2 kilometers, I would outrun all of them.
By like far. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So we know.
But that's
we
just
know
because
Enrile
that's my sport.
We know
That's
Enrile
all
and Joker
lang
will be
naman.
like the last, right? Because those guys are old, right?
Senator Enrile is the oldest, but he probably is not necessarily the unfittest. Seriously.
frailest?
Yeah,
Really?
he stands tall. No, he's not. I mean, offhand, I can't say who's the frailest, but no, he's strong for somebody his age.
What is he? He's like 87, something like that?
Yeah,
like
somewhere
80
there,
he
like
is
85
upper 80s, right?
Yeah, I think.
Man, that's-
maybe not upper, like mid.
Mid? Sweet. How old are you?
I am 44.
Nice.
Are you one of those people that we shouldn't be asking because you're
No,
a
I don't
lady?
care.
You
I mean,
care?
I'm not gonna go around saying I'm this age, that. I
Yeah.
have to count because I do forget. That's why I was like 40.
Okay, I was like, all right.
Yeah, I just want to ask this. What's your typical heart rate?
Oh, nice question.
Yeah.
I had an accident 7 years ago before I became a senator, and the technician wouldn't let me go because she said my heart rate was too low,
Too
and
low,
we had
yeah.
to wait for a cardiologist. No, which is, as you know, for athletes that's normal.
Yeah.
My resting heart rate before I get out of bed is high 30s.
Really?
And is that good, Gan? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm lost.
That's why I asked, because I know she's an athlete, and
Yeah.
athletes have low heart rates.
Yeah.
Because this is how the heart compensates for oxygen consumption and all.
So their heart rate when they're not training is
Very
what
low.
little
Is
bit
low.
compared to like say someone like me.
Yeah, because it has to go low, because every time they exert and the heart doesn't compensate, if the heart beats very fast, it could overheat them and can even exhaust itself.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it
Okay.
has to go low.
All right, fair enough. 659-6969 is our phone number. You can call us, get yourself on the show. What we do here is we take questions, usually advice questions, problems that you might have in all kind of walks of life. We have a senator here tonight, as you know, so maybe we could even take a couple of political questions or issues of the state. But let's keep the foundation the way it is. Everybody who gets on the program wins one of these. It's a Philips Go Gear MP3 player. Pia, this gets delivered to their house.
Oh, wow.
Every
Wherever they
single
are.
person who calls, right?
Oh,
Courtesy of
my.
tradeport.com.ph. Thank you, Tradeport, for being amazing. This show is brought to you by San Mig Light, the low-calorie beer here in the Philippines, 100 calories, as well as Smart Bro, as we are broadcasting live from the Smart Bro studios. All right, so let's get to the phones. We have a Skype, by the way, if you want to do that. It's Good Times with Mo podcast on Skype, and we take a lot of calls there from all around the world. So let us start it off. How about we go with the person who's been on hold the longest? And that is Mark. You have been on hold for about a little under 30 minutes. What's going on, Mark? Mark?
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, Mo. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. You have Senator Cayetano here as well as Dr. Gan. What's up?
Hi, Senator Pia.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, I have a question.
Sure.
I'm in a long-distance relationship with my partner who is in
That's
another
my specialty,
country.
by the way.
Good. All right. Here.
All right. So I'm in an LDR, and I want to know how to fight the urge to hook up with other people, in spite of the fact that I'm in a relationship.
How often do you see your LDR person?
Yeah, probably four times in a year.
So you're looking at every 3 months, thereabouts.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, you're pretty much loyal, faithful. You don't mess around. You don't even make out with anyone else. It's just completely,
no, I don't.
you're
But
straight as
sometimes,
an
you know,
arrow.
sometimes there are temptations that I find it too hard to resist.
Yeah, for 23. No, wait. Do I hint gay in the background here? You're a gay
Sorry?
guy? Are you a gay guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I don't want to say even more difficult, but even more difficult. Why? Because you got that male testosterone, and you're looking for someone else who's got that male testosterone. And when you guys bang together, it's gonna be difficult to resist. So,
Yeah,
in my
I know.
opinion, even more difficult to keep straight. So that's kind of cool. Pia, your specialty, not male on male loving, but
Long distance
relationship, fighting the urge to not be intimate, because everybody needs to be held, everybody needs to be kissed, and even steps further than that.
Well, first of all, how old are you? Do you mind?
It's
I'm 23.
23.
Yes.
What is the objective? I mean, the reason I ask is because most people who find themselves in a long distance relation and want to continue is because the objective is probably to be, married and be together forever later on. So when you're really young, and now that I'm older than I was when I was your age, and I was in a long distance relationship about that age. That's why my question is, what is the objective? You love this person so much that there will be a time that will come that you can be together, because obviously I don't think you want this situation to continue to exist forever, right?
Actually, we have plans of being together by the end of this year, or probably
okay.
by the third quarter of
All
this
right.
year. It's just that sometimes
But
there are times
yeah, you
that-
bring up a good point, but you got to remember, at 20, I'm 33 now. I think I've come to that point where if I was in a long distance relationship, I don't have to be as intimate as often as I thought I needed to be when I was in my early 20s. And
Now.
yeah, now
Okay.
because you've lived the life, I guess. When you're in your early 20s, you still kind of have that uncontrollable
Yeah.
urge to have to do something sexually that it is more of a struggle when you're younger than when you're older. When you're older, like I don't want to say like us, because you're probably 10 years older than I am, but at least at this point in my life, I can say, oh, okay, I can have a long distance relationship and not have to sleep with someone every 2 weeks or every 3
Right.
weeks, because I'm older. I can wait.
Priorities,
Yeah.
priorities
wait.
for relationships change.
But when you're 23, boy,
Yeah.
you're still kind of spunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, because
Yeah.
if you were my age and if you were or most age, I would say first of all that it would be more manageable because you've been there, you've
Yeah.
done that, and sex is probably not as urgent, something like that. So,
Yes.
but if you really feel strongly that you want to be together, then I would say hold out and try to do whatever you keep busy. Become a triathlete.
Yeah, Mark, how
Did you hear my advice?
Yeah,
Become
yeah.
a triathlete.
No.
I swear that will keep you busy anywhere from an hour to 5 hours a day.
and it really
And then you'll be tired.
yeah, right. That kind of urge you have, you can take it out.
And
on
can
doing
I
some
just
real
say, you
physical-
get endorphins, which is the same thing you get when you
When
have
you have
sex.
sex.
So that is
Yeah.
a serious, and you don't have to be a triathlete. You could also just become a marathoner. Jeff Galloway is in the Philippines. He's a world-known running coach. You can buy his book. Where you're in the States now? Was it the US?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that's my advice. Find a really a hobby that will really keep you busy. If you feel that it is worth waiting to see your partner after the end of the year. Because that was my point.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
if you're young and there's nothing that great about it, why bother with
Right.
the long distance?
Because it's so difficult to pull it off. Now, Mark, how long have you guys been together?
For more than a year now.
Okay, you're going to put all of that to waste if you can't just control yourself by the end of the year. The
Yeah,
fact
I
that
know.
you guys are going to get together by the end of the year is so promising. There's no way you want to go ahead and ruin that by sleeping with someone else.
Yeah, I know.
Sayang lang the year that you went through already. All right?
Okay.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Mo.
Good question.
Dr.
Thanks.
Gan, sorry, I forgot to read you.
He'll get over it. All right. Thanks, man. Bye-bye. Let's go to Michelle, who is 16. Michelle, you're in Green Hills. What's up?
Hello.
Yes, dear. What's going on?
So I'll ask the question.
Yes,
now.
man. Fire away.
Okay, so there's this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I like him,
Sure.
but the problem is, I'm Chinese and he's of another descent. Like he's Filipino.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might happen being in the Philippines. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, and?
And I really like him, but I don't know what to do because my parents, they're like hardcore Chinese.
Yeah. By the way, Happy New Year for you and your
Yeah,
family
Happy
today.
New Year.
All right. So yeah, this happens. I mean, this must happen a lot because there are so many Chinese in the Philippines, and you can just assume that 20% of them is going to fall in love with a Filipino at any given time, maybe even more. And if you just take the numbers of Chinese Filipinos that are in the country, we're going to have this problem a lot, and it's a problem that's going to go on generation after generation after generation. It happened, I'm sure, when Pia was younger, and it's happening to this girl who's 16 right now, falling in love with a Filipino, and how it just is so difficult for your parents to understand and to kind of accept. Now, my thing is, does this guy like you? Because I need to know if you guys are already near like a teenage relationship. Because if you are, then of course this is a whole different advice thing. If you just like him and he doesn't like you, then okay, whatever. But are you guys on the verge of getting together?
Yes, and it's getting serious. So I don't know what to do, honestly.
My thing is, like, I'm okay with you guys being together personally. I got this question on my radio show this morning, and my advice was, you can go do it, try it, and see if the strains of your parents' pressure, the family pressure, if it's going to get to you and you're going to break, then at least you gave it a shot. But hold on as much as you can, because I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind because I'm not Chinese. I don't understand how important it is to all of you. But you're in love with someone. He's in love with you. Yes, you're young. You're likely not going to get married, but it's still a great experience for you in terms of relationship. If you're willing to go through the strains and all the criticism and all the constant like nagging that your family is going to give you, then God bless you. Go ahead and do it. But it's going to test you, and I think it might be a really valuable experience.
Yeah, because at this time in her age, there's the pressure from the parents would be very strong.
Right, and they're gonna be like this about Filipino guys till when you're 35.
Yeah.
All right, so this is gonna be forever. So you can test it now and see if it's worth it. But they're gonna be all over you because you're young and he's Filipino.
I'm really willing to take the risk. So
Smoking like a true adult.
I have a question.
Yes.
You have a mom here in the studio.
Yeah, go.
And I have a 16-year-old. Then my first question is, will your parents even let you have a boyfriend at 16, whether he's Chinese, Filipino, or whatever? Are they ready for you to have a boyfriend?
well, I don't know. Well, cause
Then to me that's the first question, no? Because on top of, are they ready to see their daughter with a boy, dating a boy? Not even boyfriend nga. Are they?
Yeah.
Let me backtrack. Are they ready to see you dating? Do they allow boys to call you to go to your house?
well, yeah, they're open on those kinds of things.
Okay.
Wow, I can't believe they're comfortable with that.
See,
but still
yeah.
upset about him being Filipino.
That age,
Yeah, that is the difficulty of the generations of cultural differences
Because
that we've
it
had.
kind of like goes on like even like through their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandparents also believe the same thing.
Well, of
So-
course, and I think it's going to stop with you. It looks like, at least, by the way you not agreeing it. I'm not agreeing with it. But listen, Michelle, we'll go around the room. We'll go around the room because you're gonna get three different points of view on this. I'm saying I'm okay with it. Try it out. There are a lot. I was 14 when I had my first girl. I thought I was going to marry her. You know what I mean? We all been through that and stuff. If you're okay with having a boyfriend, be responsible about it and get ready, because they are going to come with the thunder on this because of you and him. And if you guys are willing to go through that pressure and all that nagging, like I said, then bless you and see if it works out. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Pia, you're last on this one.
Yeah, so, well, with me, I feel the same way. If you feel strongly about it, and you said your parents are open to seeing, you dating and boys coming over, then start talking to them about it. Ask them what are the reason. If I am a parent, then I encourage my girls to ask me why my decisions are the way they are, and talk to them. And who knows, maybe over time you'll be able to make be able to help them see Filipinos in a different way, and then it'll be good for you. Otherwise, you'll struggle, and then at some point, you'll know if it's worth your time or not.
Yeah, and it's either going to break you or you guys are going to try to pull it off. But again, you're so young. I'll tell you right now, Michelle, you're not likely going to marry this guy, but it's good experience, under your belt. I mean, figuratively. Gan.
Yeah, she's young. This is on the medical point of view. Her frontal lobe's not yet that developed, so judgment-wise, I don't think there's a bit foundation on it. So think of the consequences of every action that you do. So it's more of an advice.
Yeah, but come on, she's 16. We were all in a relationship, or at least looking for one when we were 16. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so
we're not all developed there in terms of being
so
a lifetime partner. But
this is the best time for her to know to think of the long-term consequences.
all right, thanks, Michelle. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Bye bye, dear. No worries. Let's keep it moving here. This guy's been on hold for let's skip him real quick. Let's go to this one because I want to take this call. Jem, you're 28 Manila. What's up?
Hi, Mo. Good evening.
Hi, dear. What's going on?
I'm fine. It's Chinese New Year.
Yes. Are you Chinese as well?
Yes.
All right. Well, happy New Year. What's going on?
Happy New Year.
You know what? I'll take all the Chinese calls first. So Rain and Brian C, you're up next. All right. Go ahead, Jem.
I have a question for Dr. Gan first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dr. Gan, is orgasm or reaching orgasm relative to getting pregnant?
Relative meaning, like, are you gonna get? Is it easier for you to get pregnant if you reach orgasm?
Something like that.
Parang hindi, right, Gan? It seems like it's just another barrier you have to go through. I mean, if you're a little sperm cell.
No, it helps because as woman goes into orgasm, the contraction of the vaginal wall increases, which helps now the sperm to get faster to the egg. So in a way, it helps.
Okay, kasi diba you can peak several times during the intercourse, but the guy peaks only once.
Yep.
Yeah, that's our flaw.
So do you have to peak like on the last minute, or right in between? It will help.
No, there's no rule on where you have to peak, but during intercourse and as you feel you're reaching orgasm or you've reached orgasm, the walls would contract and you'll feel this, and then the contraction, the walls will help the sperm get into wherever it wants to go in the fallopian tube to
So it'd be better if the guy has an orgasm first or ejaculates first, and then she has the orgasm after, because at least the sperm's already in there, and then they're just kind of waiting for this extra wall of
sort of, but it's already there. Once you're doing the act, it's already contraction. There's contraction already, and then the orgasm just helps a lot.
Well, Happy New Year.
Squeezes the sperm.
All right, Jem, and next question.
It's for Senator Pia.
Sure.
I'm not sure if she's gonna answer
You didn't
it.
interchange those questions, no?
It's not a sex question.
Okay, go.
Senator, why do you think former Senator Jambi Madrigal hates you? Because I saw her interview in the news, and she was hitting below the belt na.
You should ask her that question. I mean, ask Momo, a pretty nice person. So
Yeah.
I guess I can't guess why some people dislike me. That would be, I guess, first of all, that's their prerogative, and I would be guessing. I'm not a perfect person, so I can enumerate my flaws.
Do you guys
but
say
you'd
hi
have
to each other when you're in the Senate?
Are you civil with each other?
I'm civil to everyone.
So you actually do wave at her at least?
If there's a reason to wave.
Does she do the same? Like if you wave at her, does she wave back or dead ma?
I really don't waste my time worrying about who waves at me. Seriously, I mean, I'm usually the type who's like trying to juggle three things at the same time. So I rush in and I rush out, and I do make a point to try to greet anyone whose eye I catch, just to be polite. And if I have time, I give people a peck on the cheek or something. So, but I don't even know. I don't even notice. I'm actually I'm kind of like a deadma person. Like
Yeah.
I don't notice. I'm the last person to notice that something's going on or may namatay na pala.
Yeah, yeah.
I get pretty much really focused on the things I'm doing. So.
In terms of just to jump off this question as well about you and Jambi, what are the other senators that really don't get along? I mean, I don't want to say that you don't get along with her, but she apparently dislikes you. Are there another two that maybe even to a higher level that just they can't even be standing side by side with each other?
I'm not aware that there's anyone who can't be standing side by side with each other, but there have been altercations, you know, in the past. But I don't know that there. And again, I'm kind of dense, okay, when it comes to this. So,
no worries.
But I'm not aware that there's any like long-standing, like for example, our Senate President, no, Juan Ponce Enrile. He was Secretary of Defense and basically put Joker Arroyo and Nenny Pimentel in jail.
Okay, and then Person Joker's right.
So, but they're very cordial and they have very professional debates. And when I say professional, I don't mean just professional, but actually, you know, they're seething. No, they're you know, they're fine. But then sometimes I notice when especially when, you know, there's serious bills and there are differences of opinion, then they're not bastos at all, but they just get really serious about it and like they won't budge. And then someone will point out like, oh, that's the history. That's the history. That's where
So it
that's
comes
coming
out.
from.
It comes out. Yeah,
Yeah,
subconsciously
I
it
guess
comes out.
I guess because we're human beings, you know. So at some point it comes out. Yeah.
So do you make pansin each other outside the Senate? Or deadma pa rin?
I don't really see too many of my colleagues outside of the Senate. I mean, I don't live and breathe politics, so the opportunity for me to bump into my colleagues is quite little unless they bike at 5 a.m. or run races or so. And I mean, and then the other thing, and this is a gender issue, which I can spend the whole night talking about, but the issue with women in politics, and it's an international issue that many female presidents, senators, whatever, feel that you know, we congregate and we discuss issues in manners very different from men. So they'll have it over beer, and we don't. No, we'll rush home to be with our kids and would prefer to have lunches because we function differently. So I don't really bump into my colleagues that much.
All right, thanks for the call, Jem. Appreciate
I
it.
have one question for
Jem,
you.
we go quickly.
Is there a possibility that you'll be guesting Joel Cruz?
On the show?
I saw you bashing him on Juicy.
Yeah, he irritates me. Yeah, I guess we can. I mean, it's fine. Just because I'm
Just
irritated.
to bash him.
No, I won't do that. Oh, fine,
No,
maybe a
it's
little.
my greatest pleasure.
Yeah, he's irritating. All right, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
All right, no worries. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Pia, just one more quick question about the Senate life. Who's the biggest? I don't want to call it showboater, but who's the guy that when he takes the stand at the podium is just so like it's a courtroom drama movie? Who's the drama? Who's the dramatic
Of course,
one?
Miriam.
Is she?
Of course. I can't imagine the Senate without her. She was gone for actually almost 6 months because she was sick, no? And now she's back, and like she's really back. You can tell. First of all, she's brilliant, no? I mean, I admire her. I mean, I admire people who are brilliant. No, so no matter what you think about her, and everybody has their
She's
own
awesome,
opinion,
though.
she's brilliant.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And then number two, she's legally brilliant, which I feel is necessary in the Senate, because you can be brilliant but not have that not have that background and not really be able to contribute or maximize your output there. And she has both, and then she has a sense of humor, diba?
Yeah.
And
Comes
then
out.
she has balls.
That's right, big.
So yeah, so no, she's really the queen.
Lauren, you're 29. What's up? Lauren, you've been on hold for 45.
Hello, Mo.
Yeah. Oh, you're a guy. I'm sorry. Okay, Lauren, you've been on hold for about 45 minutes. What's up?
Okay, is this Mo Twister? Because your voice is quite different here in the
No,
phone.
that's not Mo Twister.
This is me. Yeah, it's me, Lauren.
Okay, thank you.
I can prove it to you by cursing.
Just want to say hello, guys, and good evening, Senator Pia. I just
Good
wanted
evening.
to know first that every time I'm having sex, you guys are on my mind.
Every
Okay.
time what? What did you say? Every time you're having sex?
These guys, Mo and Dr. Gan, you're always on my mind every time I'm having sex.
Oh my!
Am I supposed to be flattered?
Oh no.
Am I supposed to be insulted?
No, not Senator Pia, because it's your first time here.
Oh, okay. So in time. So tomorrow.
Then-
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
when you're having
tomorrow.
sex, you'll think of Senator Pia. That's nice.
Okay. I have this question for Dr. Gan.
Go ahead.
Because I'm really concerned about my wife being pregnant right now.
Uh-huh.
because last week after
Time out. What do you mean you're thinking about us and you're having sex? I'm sorry. This is I need to know. What are you thinking about?
Your advices,
Okay.
like how to last longer.
So it's not Mo that you're thinking about.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
All right,
but
just wanted
you're
to make
always
sure.
being reminded.
All right. Fair enough. All
Anyway.
right. Go ahead.
Last week after having heard your advice about the desensitizing condoms,
Sure.
even if it wasn't time for me to, because I have this once in a month opportunity of spitting it off inside.
Sure.
So last week, even if it wasn't the time because it's already after the 5 days after her
Lauren,
period,
I'm bored.
I was
What's
so
the
excited
problem?
about this desensitizing condoms that you were talking about.
That's
and
right.
then there you go. I tried it even without her consent.
Lauren, what's the question?
Okay.
We're swimming in this pool.
Okay,
Where are we
I'm
going?
sorry.
Yeah.
I just found out that I broke the condom,
All right.
and then I'm just worried if it's gonna
Make her pregnant.
yeah.
Now, when did this happen? Last week?
Last week,
Okay,
7 days after her period.
7 days. Okay, so let's attack it in different angles here. 7 days after a period, how safe is that?
Yeah.
Gan, or even Pia, for that matter, being a woman, in terms of not getting pregnant. Is it still within that window where you'll likely not be?
If she has regular menstrual period, so the ovulation or the period where she's not safe to have sex is on the 14th day right after.
Okay.
Okay, so that's on the 14th day after the first day of bleeding.
So like 9 days or thereabouts.
Yeah, after
All right.
it's done. Now, if you're concerned if she might get pregnant because the condom broke, well, there's the big chance of it. She can get pregnant because that part, the first 14 days is variable. It changes, so it become longer. It can become shorter.
So this is just a waiting game now.
Yeah,
All right.
and then although the chemicals in the condom can affect the sperms too. So you
Okay.
have spermicides there that usually condom manufacturers put, and which helps if just in case it breaks.
Yeah, but it
Okay.
only takes one though.
Yep, it only takes one.
It's a waiting game now.
Okay.
All right, Lauren.
Thank you, guys.
Stop thinking
one more
about
question,
me now.
please.
It's disgusting. All right, yeah.
For anyone can answer, because I know you are intelligent people.
Okay. Thanks, Lauren.
Does intelligent people like sex more than the ordinary people?
Well, when I watch Animal Planet, I see gorillas. They seem to enjoy it really well. So do fish and birds and all these other types of animals that I think we might be part of. So I don't think it has anything to do with intellect in terms of enjoying it more, Lauren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Read some books, baby. Come on.
Okay.
But if it will motivate your student listeners, you might as well tell them that, intelligence matters.
Oh yeah, intelligence. Oh. Hey, by the way, Lauren, I take it back. You should see the orgasms we have. They are off the charts. I mean, 7.5 Richter scale damaging. My neighbors call the guard. They call the unit. They're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "What? I can't. Come on, this is I'm just being normal."
What can I do? I'm smart.
Yeah, I'm smart. What am I gonna do? I'm breaking this bed in half.
Okay.
So study hard.
Okay, thank you.
Learn as much about anything. Have a broad general knowledge, and you will see. Boy, even spermicide can't stop you. You're gonna put 3-4 condoms on because you're gonna be busting through them on a daily basis. There's no match for you. But right now, I'm surprised that it broke the first time. Right? All right,
Okay,
Lauren.
thank you, guys.
All right,
Good night.
brother. Hang in there, man. Good times. Woo! Wow. Let's just pretend that never happened and go to Rain and Brian, who's from Quezon City. What's
so wait,
going on?
did you prioritize all the Chinese? You might have forgotten.
This is Chinese family, I believe. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, guys. You're a married couple?
Yes,
Oh,
we
sweet.
are.
Imagine you're on the same phone line. That's great. Now, are you guys Chinese?
Yes.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Sorry, I have residual dumbassness from the last guy. All right. Well, yeah, what's up? What's up?
Well, we were going to ask Senator Pia, your guest now. Good evening, Senator Pia.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi. A wifey, why don't you ask her?
Oh, we have actually two questions. One is a wholesome one, and one is not so wholesome. So my husband is going to ask the second one. Okay, the first
Go.
The first question is, we both have very busy schedules. Our work demands a lot of time from us, and we have two kids, and we can't find time to exercise. I mean, we're literally just, I don't know. When we get home, we're so tired, just go to sleep, and then we wake up early in the morning, go to work. So I don't know how we can find time. What would you recommend or suggest that we do?
Well, there's 24 hours in a day, and assuming that you still need time to sleep and time with your kids, then you just really have to be creative, no? So how early do you wake up? Can you wake up an hour earlier twice a week or even once a week? I suggest getting it in early in the day if you're really busy, because when you're really tired at night, it's harder. I used to be an evening workout person when I was single. But when I had kids, and then most especially when I became a senator, then I'm not a morning person, but I learned to work out in the morning because I'll never get it done with my busy schedule if I wait till evening. No? So that's one. Get it done in the morning. And then the weekends, no, I don't think you work naman on weekends, so you can find time. And then if you buy, you can buy, what do you call this, dumbbells, jump rope in your bedroom. I mean, I've taught my kids how to do my yoga stretches, and my daughter actually loves to do it with me. So there's a lot you can do in your own bedroom. Actually, you can buy that big ball and do the core exercises. There's a lot. Buy a DVD. I'm sure you have a DVD player. Buy like 10 different kinds of programs for abs, for your butt, for So no, in your bedroom alone you can do a lot. And do you watch DVDs? Because I don't watch. That's what I gave up. I barely watch TV. So instead I have time to exercise. You have to decide.
Yeah.
But do you do this early in the morning? The exercise in the room, or after when you go home at night?
Well, then that's up to you. Whatever works for you. If nga you're like me, I've found I'm not physically tired from my work, but I'm mentally tired. So when the sun goes down, my energy level goes down. So I'm actually panicking to work out if I didn't get to work out in the morning. So I just want to do it in the morning. So if my meeting is at 10 a.m., then I adjust. If my meeting is at 9, it goes earlier and earlier. It's just really, yeah. It's how I've gotten up at 3:30 to work out.
Oh my goodness!
But I don't do that often. But that's just how I have to do it. And then 3 times a week. No, if you have twice on the weekend, can you take an evening walk? It doesn't have to be rigorous. If you're too tired, that's what I do. When I'm too tired, then I go for a walk. We have dogs, so I tell my daughters, let's walk the dogs.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Push your if you have babies, push them in the stroller. One of you can push, the other one can be lifting dumbbells, and you can be jumping rope. I mean, you really can be creative.
Yeah, because most of the time they think exercise has to be strenuous. No, it doesn't have to be that way.
If it's really to de-stress and to burn, actually for weight loss, for fat burning, it should not be strenuous. It should be like talking pace. That's the trick.
Gotcha.
But doesn't that affect your sleeping time? I mean, I'm
Not
sure.
me. I mean, you know what? For me, it's all mental. If you want to tell yourself, I can't work out because I won't be able to sleep, well, then maybe you won't. But if I tell myself, sorry, I have to work out. Sometimes I'll run at 9 p.m. because I just have to run.
Gotcha. Yeah, but isn't that also unhealthy? You don't get enough sleep.
No. It won't. It won't affect you.
Okay, I think 2 hours a day, I'm fine, right?
2 hours.
Yeah, there you have a doctor who said that's fine, and you have Mo who's Mo. So he looks pretty, good. So no, and then I'm not saying that you don't sleep. No, I'm just saying, like, how much sleep do you get? If you can get 7 hours, it's not gonna kill you to get 6 hours one day or 2 days. And I said, there's a weekend. There's a weekend. There's also lunch break. When I was a new lawyer, I used my lunch break to exercise. I did, because it was really important to me.
All right. Thanks for the call, Rain. Brian, we appreciate it very much. Have a good day.
We have one more question. Is that okay?
Well, make it quick, please. We got a commercial break coming up. What is it?
Okay. Well, this leads to the second question, no time for exercise. It also spills over to no time in the bed.
Well, the bedroom. I think the bedroom stuff is less time spent than the exercise because you can always still get a good one in for 15 minutes and 20 minutes, things like that. So give it a shot and try to mix it in. Maybe you can do the other exercises, MWF, and then your sexual exercises as a married couple, TTH. Or whatever.
And as a bonus, count that na rin as a day of exercise.
There's no such thing as no time for sex and exercise. You have to find time. Adjust your daily schedule.
You're going to be fine, all right?
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's get it on.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Call us back when it's done. Let us know how it went. All right. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it very much.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
And Happy New Year again to
Happy New Year,
the
too.
Chinese community. We have a 18-year-old Chinese girl on hold. Oh, and an 18-year-old Chinese boy. Wow. All right. They're all here today. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, Senator Pia Cayetano is here. We'll take more questions from you guys, for all of us. Plus, don't forget, the caller of the night gets a chance at a BlackBerry, and she's going to be picking caller of the night. Don't go away. Back after this. See you in a few minutes.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break. Huh? We're taking more of your calls at 659-6969. Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is brought to you by San Mig Light and powered by Smart Bro.
Dude, pwede ba ako mag-model? Pwede. Yun ang pwede. Uy, si Sam Pinto. Pwede nga.
Uy, San Mig Light. Pwede.
Low-calorie San Mig Light. Magaan sa tiyan para humaba ang inuman.
Pwede maki-join friends ko?
Pwede.
Hi, this is Hillary Clinton, and you're listening to Good Times with Mo, Philippine Genius. Genius.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is brought to you by San Mig Light and powered by Smart Bro. Call the show, 659-6969.
659-6969.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, brought to you by San Mig Light
and powered by Smart Bro.
Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast
and visit www.motwister.com.
Back on the show here. You're listening to the podcast here on a Thursday night. Senator Pia Cayetano on the program. Pia, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. I'm still awake.
You have a blog, website. It's mydailyrace.com. Is that right?
Yeah, mydailyrace.com and whereispianow.com. Whereispianow.com is more updated just because it's a quick, like what I did in the Senate today.
Mm-hmm.
My Daily Race, I try to be, put in more deeper thoughts, and that just takes a little more time to put together sometimes.
And you have a Twitter account, right? Of course, it's
I
twitter.com.
do have a Twitter, Pia Cayetano.
Nice. All right. And you're pretty regular on the Twitter stuff, too.
That one I'm pretty regular because I like people to know what's going on in the Senate, and I also like them to know what I do outside of my Senate life. And I do share personal stuff about being a mom because I think it's important for women to see women like me, role models that, I do my best. I'm not perfect, but I try to be a good mom and do my work well and balance my life.
There are very few politicians who does this, and
I do my own, so that's really me.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right.
Because sometimes it's the staff.
Let's get to some of these phone calls. We got people who have been home forever. Jay, you're 34. You're from Valenzuela. What's up?
Hello.
Hi, Jay. What's going on?
Hi. I have a question, Mo.
Sure.
Actually, I have two questions for Dr. Gan.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
One is there any hygienic benefit if you do shave downstairs?
Hygienic benefits?
Yeah.
Gan, maybe
aside from making your dick bigger.
It doesn't make it bigger. It makes it look bigger.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. All right. Remember, we had this conversation earlier about smarter, having great, better sex. Jay, come on, buddy. All right. Gan, anything where hair isn't there kind of like the chances of it smelling are greater because it kind of sticks to it, right?
It's going to absorb whatever odor or scent that's within the area.
So hygienic, maybe that would be probably the only one, right? Because it's just hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's there to have. There's a purpose for that hair, but up to now we really can't tell what's the function of that hair. But if you want to trim it down, it's okay. There's really no problem with people having shaved pubic areas or whatever.
Jay, but I'd like you to wax it just because I want you to go through what that's like. Yeah. All right, Jay.
Okay. Another question, if it's okay, Dr. Gan.
Yeah.
Every time I just have a question because basically every time I go down with my wife after a couple of minutes she would normally push me away and because what she said is that the pleasure was too much for her not to orgasm. I'm not so sure if there's a proper way of doing an oral.
Okay. My thing is, you might. Sorry, again, just take it real
go
quick.
ahead, Mo.
You might be going for the home run right away, and maybe that's why she's not having orgasm. But you're trying to go after it, like kind of take your time, get to a good rhythm going before you actually go. I think some that's the problem with some guys is like, okay, because they try to think that a vagina is an inside-out penis, and you just have to go there and get it done. And it's not. There's a nice process to it. And what the problem is, because you try and hit this home run right away, that she's not actually getting there, but you're swinging and you're fouling off balls. I mean, this is a baseball reference. I know it's not a very popular sport, but you get what I mean. It's like, don't go for the fireworks yet.
Actually, I'm not really doing a fast track, but I'm taking it slowly. However, every time I just noticed that every time that probably around 3 minutes, 5 minutes, she would tend to push me away, and then every time I asked her, and then she would tell me that it was the pleasure was too much. I'm not so sure if I really don't know. I wanted to please her.
No,
but
maybe since you're already in that and in that point of your relationship, maybe you can ask her what part of her what part of her does she want you to focus into?
Is this maybe she's overly sensitive about certain things or certain areas and stuff?
So I should ask her.
Yeah. It's her body. She's the one who feels it, and maybe you could ask her to guide you instead where she wants you to be.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Jay.
Okay.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Let's go to Toronto, Canada. We have a political question here, Pia, for you.
Okay.
This is Emerson. Emerson, you're on the show.
Yeah, hello, Mo.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Senator Pia.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Gan.
Hi.
Yeah, I just have a question for Miss Pia.
Real quick, though. Real quick. Sorry to cut you off.
Is there a way for the government to increase the wage for the blue-collar jobs in the Philippines?
Yes, there's always a way. I mean, there's a wage board that has authority to a certain extent, and then Congress can also pass upon it. But like any law, before it is passed, we have to have hearings and we have to weigh the pros and cons of an increase. No, so if the minimum wage goes up too high, which I always support increases in minimum wage, but then you have to balance it with whether industry can afford to pay. If a lot of small industries have to let go of their employees because they can't afford to pay it, then more people will lose jobs. So
right.
It's a balancing act.
Yeah, so you mean to say, for the current situation, it's really hard for us to be able to accomplish that?
No, I'm just saying that it's a balancing act, and everything has to be weighed. So if you've noticed over the last few decades, the increases come not as high as the labor force would want, but the government tries to accommodate the demand without having to see a situation where the companies are closing down because they can't afford to pay the minimum wage. That's what it is.
It's a fine balance, though, isn't it?
It's difficult. I mean, I'm so pro higher wages, but you really have to balance it because you look at all these you're trying to support small industries, no?
Right.
And truly, a lot of them, can't provide all these benefits. If you look even at the U.S., no, major economy. A lot of the small businesses are closing because they can't afford to pay the medical benefits that the Obama administration has now imposed. So that's what it is. No, it's a check and balance.
Yeah, because I have a premise that if we are able to accomplish this, we would be able to funnel more money towards the masses, thus minimizing the gap between the rich and the poor in the Philippines.
If you have a lot of if there is also a good business climate here, then more companies come in, then yes. But then again, I'll ask you this question: if it's cheaper for them to set up businesses in Vietnam and in Bangladesh, then they also won't come here. So you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that. I'm sure President Noy wants all of them to come here. He doesn't want to offer minimum wages that are too low naman for the people. So it's a balancing act.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Wait, real quick. Let me ask you a question. How cold is it outside?
Right now it's -5, so it's very bare.
Yeah, kind of warm. All right, fair enough. Thanks for the call, buddy. We appreciate it. Bye-bye. Speaking of President Noy, real quick, before we get to more of these phone calls, guys, I appreciate that you're holding. You guys have been holding over 30 minutes. We see Noy a lot hitting the bars on a Saturday. A lot of attention being given to his love life or his new Porsche or all of this stuff. I mean, does this rub you the wrong way? I feel like it does for me because, I mean, if you're the president, I'm not saying don't have a love life, but don't not maybe put it out there. So maybe not the Saturday night going to the bar, high-fiving the boys for the beer, or stopping by at the McDonald's for some Twister fries at 2 a.m. I don't want to say you can't be human, but president of a struggling country, probably driving around in a Porsche and hitting the bar scene on the Saturday night, probably not a good idea.
Well, again, it's a fine balance. No, he is human. It's strange to see a president who's single. He is entitled to a personal life and a social life.
Sure.
He on his own income, I guess he can afford naman to have a Porsche.
But I thought there was like some sort of law that you guys can't be too flashy.
Yeah. There
Is it a Porsche kind of too flashy?
Yeah. I'm not a Porsche kind of person. I'm not impressed with a Porsche. so for me, that's flashy, but that's a personal choice, and I would not condemn him for that. I mean, it doesn't. He's otherwise an honest and decent person, but I can see definitely how it would send the wrong signal, no? Because like you said, poor country, and so flashy cars do. I was just so you know, I was responding to the flashy car issue as a girl.
Yeah.
But as a person, I mean, the people do look at like, what are you wearing? What are you riding?
But if it's against the law for him to have maybe let's say flashy car, who's going to be the one going, hey, wait a minute, president, you can't do that because it says here that that's not allowed? Is that you guys?
Yeah, good question. I mean, it's there's no definition. There's no limit on the price of what you can own.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the objective really is to send the right signal, and so that's a personal.
Isn't it? So when interviewed, he's like, "So, what do you think about your flashy vehicle?" He's like, "What, this old thing? it's nothing."
Isn't it when he's going to the bars and going to McDonald's? Isn't it a way that he shows that he goes to the
McDonald's is pretty.
Going to the level of the masses.
He went out with the girl that he likes to McDonald's, so that was just that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Well,
but I mean, like the Saturday night at the Opus or the Republic, these high end bars and stuff like that, where he drives in with his Porsche. I mean, like I don't go to these places, but I read on Twitter, hey, Noy just got out of his Porsche and he's here at Opus Bar, which is an upscale bar, and he's throwing down some beers. I'm like, dude, what we ran out of problems? Like, really? What are you doing there?
Yeah,
come on, let's start hauling ass.
Yeah, I can see how that would look, except that I'm also single and I'm also a public official, and at a certain point, we are entitled to have a life. So,
because the senator,
but it is tough. It is tough, and I am very careful. No, also where I go and who I'm seen with, and hard, no, because they introduce people to you, and then you're like, I don't know if this person has a good reputation, you know. Right. So one time,
where do you
funny story. One time, my brother, who works who's a director, one of his PAs said to him, "So I saw your sister in embassy." And it's the only time I was in embassy, and he's like, "Oh, really? Was she getting a visa?" Because he knows I would never go to a place like that.
Right, exactly. All right, here, let's get back to this call. Sorry. Let's start with Mary, who's 18. You're in Makati. Mary, you're Chinese?
Hello. Yes, I'm Chinese.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What's up?
Nothing much.
Good. You're on the phone and you have a question.
I have a question. There's these two guys. They like me. And I like one of the guys, but they're both best friends.
Ooh. Do they both know they like you?
No.
All right. And you like one of the two best friends?
Yes.
Shouldn't they know that they both like you? I mean, being best friends, it seems like they would go like, hey, I like this girl, I'm going to try going out with her. It's almost given. Maybe they're not best friends, Mary.
Well, they are, but he doesn't want to tell his best friend because his best friend likes me.
One already declared that he was interested in you, and then the other one had these secret feelings and now won't admit it.
Yeah, and it's that guy that's the one that she likes, right?
Yes, the one who doesn't want to tell.
Of course. All right. Boy, this is a tough problem to be in.
So make it easier for the guy who likes you but you don't like by saying you're the one who fell in love with the other one.
He's a really nice guy.
If I were you, I'd go with the guy that you like. Talk to him on the side. Say, listen, we have to do something about this because I like you, you like me, but let's not break his heart because he's a nice guy. He's your best friend. Maybe I can start by saying, you and I are probably, can we just be friends and all that stuff, and then let a couple months go before you let this new guy show interest in you, just so it helps you save from the inevitable heartbreak that this guy's going to get, or wait for this next guy to have a girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I think you're just going to both of you will have to suck it up because it's unfortunate. He called you first, and I know it's not a property thing and all that, but between guys and best friend guys at your age at 18, these are the rules, you know?
Yes.
So you talk to him, say, I like you. We can have, quote unquote, a secret relationship or something, a secret MU. But I have to first tell him, your friend, your best friend, that I only see him as a friend, and then you and I have to decide to not be open about this for a while.
I told him I don't have feelings for him.
And then?
I think he still likes me.
Why try hooking him up with one of your girlfriends?
I don't know. He nothing happened.
Because eventually it'll come out.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, and eventually he'll lose. Yeah, but eventually he'll also lose interest in you. So maybe don't keep his hopes up too much.
Don't be too nice. Seriously.
Don't send signals, you know, that he might misinterpret.
Promising, something promising can happen between the both of you.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I'd try hooking him up with someone else. You know.
And you know what? How old are you again? 18. Who knows? 3 years from now, you might fall in love with him. So tell him you're not in love with him now. But I said that. Who knows? In 3 years.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mary. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with that. That's always a tough situation to be in. Let's go to Oliver. Oliver, you're Chinese?
I'm sorry?
You're Chinese as well?
Yes.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Oliver, you're 18. What's going on?
I want to ask Doc. First of all, good evening to Mo, Doc, and Senator.
Yep.
Hello.
Okay. I want to ask Doc if last time I masturbated around maximum was 15 or was it 12 times?
In one day?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
is that healthy or is that dangerous to my wiener?
It's dangerous to your psychological well-being and your wiener.
So again, it depends on how it depends on the mechanical effects, the friction on your penis at the same time. But if you're asking if it's going to, in general, if it's bad for your health, well, no studies have come out yet that masturbation or frequent masturbation is turned out to be bad to your health.
But Oliver, screw the health right now. What the hell are you doing masturbating 12 times in a single day? That's the worry. We're worried about you. What's going on?
Boredom strikes.
You're not doing anything, just masturbate the whole day.
Yes.
Okay. You obviously your 15 times is your personal high because I can't imagine you doing this on a daily basis. What are we looking at here on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, one before I go out to school, and maybe once again or twice when I come home.
Senator Pia, this is the future of our country. How say you?
So that's just around 4
I'm female. I can't deal with the male urge.
So that's just around 4 or 5. As long as it doesn't affect your, for example, instead of you going to school, you just masturbate. If you just, instead of you going to the grocery and buy your stuff, you masturbate, then that's
but he's not going to the grocery.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
18.
I mean, if instead of going to school, he'll just stay at home, then masturbate, then that's a problem.
I know, obviously, but when you're 18, you don't have a job. So it's either you're going to do your homework or you're going to go out and play with your friends. You're going to do some sports. But what he's doing, he's staying at home and masturbating. That is a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's getting in the way of you being a young person.
Yeah.
So even though
At
it's
the
not...
very least, he's being antisocial, probably.
Right, yeah. So you
becomes
know
a problem.
You're fine. You don't have responsibilities like bills to pay and all that stuff that your masturbating is getting in the way of earning. But there are things that you should be experiencing as a young adult that you're not because your hand's on your wiener. Oliver?
Yes.
All right? 15 in one day is legendary. Man, I can't even...
Yeah, I can't imagine someone masturbating
Dude, I
for 15
got to shake your hand when I see you, Oliver, first. And then secondly, come on, we're worried about you.
Actually, that was
we'll bump fisting, actually.
long time ago.
I know, but still, 15 is impossibly too much, all right? And 3 a day at 18, fine. I mean, there's probably a lot of guys your age that are doing that, but I worry you're not getting into enough extracurricular activities that don't involve your penis.
Since actually, when I can still remember that day, that the last one, it's like an old man at a deathbed.
Yeah, because that will happen. Most of the time when you
shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, most of the time when you reach the third orgasm or its third ejaculation, it's going to hurt a lot because there's no more semen coming out.
And then he's gonna go, well, you know what? I'm on the third. I think I'm gonna push for 12 more. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy, Oliver. Please stop it. Put it away. Do something else. You're gonna be creepy when you grow up. You don't want that. All right?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Come on, buddy. Happy New Year. Aren't you happy you don't have teenage sons?
Well, I had teenage brothers.
You never walked in on any of that?
No.
You do know that it exists.
Of course.
Yeah, just checking. Because you're sitting here like, Mo,
No,
what's
I'm
wrong
not.
with this boy?
No, I'm not like some I'm trying to be politically correct here. Let's just say I believe in reproductive health.
But imagine because I wish.
No,
I don't know.
This is part of responsible sexual behavior, which is, I think, important for young people to understand, because they ask you these questions because they have no idea what's normal, what's not, and if it's gonna kill them, make them bald, make them stupid, and that's why they ask these questions.
That's why I agreed with Mo on this show. It's because it's also one of my advocacy to inform young adults
about
the consequences, because most of the time they won't ask
Look at
their
Garen
parents.
trying to look all responsible in front of
Yeah,
senators.
shut up, Mo. Okay?
She doesn't know what you're like on other days.
I don't dare.
Shut up. That's why.
How dare you stand
But
here
I'm
saying like you're
assuming-
here like he's a doctor, but he doesn't behave like that. There's so many times.
But he still gives the medically correct advice
Yeah.
naman.
Yeah.
I don't care how he says it, but as long as he gives,
There are
Shut up,
times-
Mo, okay?
there are
I'm
times where I
trying
said,
to impress.
Your
Look at what I'm
license is gonna get revoked for that, and he's like, so what?
I'm wearing a collared shirt at the moment. I usually just wear t-shirt, okay?
You sit here, you're like, oh, that's why I took up the show. It's my advocacy for. Shut, you fucking liar! You freaking liar! There are days here where you're like, 5th grade? Yeah, I'm playing with his balls. It's awesome. It's like, you don't believe this shit. It's all BS.
Take a call. Come on, take a call. Shut up and take a
gullible.
call.
You know, I think, oh, wow, what a
Dare you.
worthwhile show. You know, I'll mention it in my bill that should have more shows like this because it's very educational. And
Yeah, no, seriously, because most of these kids, they won't ask their parents, they won't ask doctors, they won't go to doctors and ask for advice.
Yeah, but you're
They would go for-
marketing
they would
yourself
go
in
to
front of
Mo Twister.
senator like you're Kuya Kim. You're not.
I'm not, okay? They would go to Mo Twister and ask for advice. Come on, Mo Twister.
I just told the kid that 15 masturbatorial sessions are way too long, and you're like, just as long as it doesn't get in way of groceries. Like, what the hell is he buying?
Go take a call. Come on, shut up. I'm wearing a collared shirt.
Erwin, you're 30. Erwin. 30? Mandaluyong? Maybe that's not your real name. That's why you're not responding?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, you are. What's up?
Yeah, I have a sex question, but is it appropriate to talk about sex with Senator Pia?
Well, let's ask Senator Pia. Now, is your sexual question about Senator Pia, or it's about
No,
you and she just
actually,
happens
no.
to be in the room? Yeah, come on.
I've been here for an hour, and I'm still here.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm tied down, by the way, so I can't leave.
Yeah, okay, I'll
ahead.
fire away now. Actually, my question goes like this. I am trying to give my partner satisfaction by eating her vajayjay, you know? Yeah, but I usually get disgusted about
You know, you can ask. Listen. Erwin, shut up.
Yes.
Listen, you can ask. It's funny how you go, is it appropriate that a Philippine senator is in the room and I'm going to ask this question about fornication? And then you're like, no, it's okay. Thinking you're going to present it in a little bit more gentleman or at least classy kind of way. When I'm trying to eat her
Using
vagina.
medical terms.
That's right. You can use like cunnilingus as terms of eating her vajayjay. After your nice little speech before that about how, the great senator in the building, we should maybe watch ourselves. Jesus, Erwin. Anyway, you already ruined it. So you're eating her.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
go ahead, continue.
Yeah. The problem is I get disgusted when I'm always trying to do that. Is there any way that I can get my disgusting thing out of my mind and give my partner satisfaction?
What are you disgusted by?
I usually get disgusted when it start getting wet, you know.
Well, you understand that that's the biological process of her, and you know, it's like her saying, "I get disgusted that your penis is getting hard."
Okay.
You know, it's part of it. So either you're gonna want to give her satisfaction, or you're not gonna do it.
Because that's what she is.
Because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm asking if there's any way, is there anything, something to put, you apply that it will taste good.
Put it
gets appealing, inviting, you know.
Put it this way.
Yeah.
Take note that the vagina or the mouth is dirtier than the vagina. So what you're doing is you're contaminating the vagina with your dirtiness.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, you're rubbing your stink on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
No, there's no but because
no. He wants let's get back to his question. Because his question is there anything that can make it more satisfactory for him? And we can tell him all the science and all that stuff, and it's still in the end not a pleasing experience for him. Is there anything you can do, Erwin? No. Yeah. Because I'm sure there's a lot of things that she's doing for you that's not very pleasing to her, but it's part of just loving that person and doing it. All right. If she wants you to do that to her, and she enjoys that you do that to her, and you're complaining about all this and that, well then I can call her and tell her, okay, she should stop doing things to you. Yeah. Right. You get what I mean? You don't want those things to happen to you. Erwin, just suck it up.
It's a two-way relationship, give and take.
Just suck it up, buddy. All right.
Okay.
Stop being a puss.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye. No pun intended. Pia, you're good?
I'm good.
All right.
I survived that one.
Caller of the night?
What?
Caller of the night?
Am I calling it a night?
Is
he the caller of the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. The night is young.
All right. We keep those calls coming in at 659-6969 all around the world. We're at Good Times with Mo podcast via Skype. Let's take a commercial break again. Senator P. Cayetano's here. Senator, real quick, though, because we have about 10 seconds before this commercial hits. I want to ask you about Congressman Singson and what you think about maybe should he step down as a congressman after this break, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
All right. We'll be back with that question. Don't go away. Pia Cayetano on the show.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
Huh?
We're taking more of your calls at 659-6969. Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is brought to you by San Mig Light and powered by Smart Bro.
Dude, pwede ba ako mag-model? Pwede. Yun ang pwede. Uy, si Sam Pinto. Pwede nga.
Uy, San Mig Light. Pwede.
Low-calorie San Mig Light. Magaan sa tiyan para humaba ang inuman.
Pwede makijoin friends ko?
Pwede.
Hi, this is Lady Gaga, and you're listening to Good Times with Mo, Philippine Genius. Good Times with Mo.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is brought to you by San Mig Light and powered by Smart Bro. Call the show, 659-6969.
659-6969.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, brought to you by San Mig Light.
And powered by Smart Bro.
Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast.
And visit www.motwister.com.
Back on the podcast here on a Thursday night, we have a Philippine Senator, Pia Cayetano, on the show. Thanks for being here, Pia. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm having fun.
Good. The calls
I'm
are...
learning what 16-year-old and 28-year-olds do when they're bored.
And their personal best at masturbation. 659-6969 is the phone number if you want to call us. We have a full lineup of calls here from all across the country. We also take international calls at Good Times with Mo, Good Times with Mo podcast on Skype. We want to thank Nothing But Water for their help on the show. They have a website, nothingbuth2o.com.ph. Also, tradeport.com.ph is giving away 100,000 pesos to one of our podcast listeners. All you have to do first is like them on their Facebook. That's tradeport.com.ph on Facebook. Like them, and then I will pick out one of you guys to win a ton of money. So make sure to do that. They're the ones responsible for these MP3 players that all the callers get.
And the senator's wearing a new headset, a V-Moda headset.
Yep.
It's very nice.
And that's also...
May close-up ba?
Yeah. That's right. We'll credit them as well. This podcast is brought to you by San Mig Light, the sexy light beer here in the country. 100 calories lang. Also, we're powered by Smart Bro. This is from the Smart Bro Studios. All right, let's get to the phones. Let's start with who's been on hold the longest. Sarah, you're 22. You're on the show with Senator P. Cayetano, Dr. Gan, and myself. You're from Quezon City. What's up?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I just arrived from a date, actually.
Oh, good.
Oh, good for you. I'm here.
When's the last time you were on a date, Pia?
I'm sorry?
Wait, hold on real quick. Yeah, Pia, when's the last time you were on a date?
A few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you know, it's not like you. Yeah, all right,
No, I have a fun life.
All right, just checking. All right, Sarah, what do you got?
Yeah, I actually went out with my boyfriend for around 2 years. Just a few hours ago, we watched a movie and ate in a mall in Quezon City. I'm actually not feeling good right now because I've been suspecting that he's been two-timing me already. Last night, all my hunches were confirmed when I was reading a certain blog online. Actually, two blogs, two blog site and one Twitter account of a girl. This girl I knew, she's a colleague of both of us from work before, from the company we worked before. I've been suspecting this girl to be like flirting with him.
Yeah.
But I kind of ignored it actually because I wouldn't place much big deal on her because I find her not really that attractive.
Okay.
I know my boyfriend's standards, you know, and it's just that it's been bothering me like for the past months that I find that I would catch my boyfriend's phone with her calling.
Okay. Yeah, listen, he's cheating on you. I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and say that right away because we can go on and on about your thoughts and stuff like that. If you listen to this podcast with any kind of regularity, you'd know that I say the women's intuition is strong. That if you think that your boyfriend is cheating or if you think your husband is cheating, he is cheating. True. And that your role now is not to wonder, but to find proof. And you found proof 3-4 times over. You're good enough to break up with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I know it's not that easy. But what I'm doing right now is trying to get a chance to really talk to him.
What do you want to talk about, Pa? You want him to try to convince you that all of that evidence isn't true? If this was your best friend, wouldn't you be trying to convince her that it's true, it's in her face? We women tend to delude ourselves with the truth because it hurts and we want the guy to change. But
exactly, Miss Pia.
Yeah, I understand. I'm a girl, okay? And so you know it, and you just need friends and people, who will tell you can do it, but it's in your face, no? But you have to realize it's in your face. So that's what I do. I tell myself, if this was my best friend, wouldn't I be telling her that it's there? What else are you looking for?
Yeah.
And it's painful, but you know what? The sooner you move on, the sooner you'll meet a better guy.
Sarah, this one is over. You got to break up with him immediately.
Oh, well, that would
you
be
can do it.
Hard.
Yeah.
It's hard,
Yeah,
but you
and-
can do it. And I've had friends, they found a better guy, I'm telling you.
With Valentine's Day next Monday, too. Not this coming Monday, but one after that. Yeah, it's going to suck even more this week. But hey, it has to be
It's
done.
never going to be easy.
All right? Has to be done.
Now, this is really hurting me because she's been posting in her blog about how they're having sex and all of this stuff.
Okay,
I mean,
you conveniently disregarded that part. Now it should end tonight.
Yeah.
Don't read the blog.
And you know what? Don't even bother talking to him. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing he can say that is worth your time. You should really just be moving on and looking at your numbers in your phone and looking for your friends who know other guys to introduce you to.
All right?
Oh,
This ends tonight, okay?
Well, that would really keep me sane and rational for now. I mean, I really wanted someone to talk to because if not, I would just keep my feelings and maybe do something stupid. But I'm
don't.
really thankful for that advice.
There's a lot of guys out there waiting for a nice girl. So no, leave him na.
And Sarah, if you wanted to sell it, you want to sell it to yourself a little bit better. You have a medical doctor here says break up with him. You have me, who's the voice of the great world, is telling you to do it. And you have a Philippine senator. I mean, my God, she just says it's like my dream job. She's like, hey, stop it, get away now. And then all of us are great at our jobs. And we're telling you right now, we're you gotta get out of this relationship immediately
and move on. If you're thinking of doing something crazy, just think you're going to hurt yourself, but your boyfriend and the girl's having fun.
Oh God!
And Sarah, quite honestly,
I really don't want to think about that.
No, and Sarah, quite honestly, while I don't care for a lot of you people who call the show on a personal, like I care about you kind of like because we're strangers, but you really are a nice girl, and you know we could all be your friend. I mean, you seem really really cool. You've seen the dumb shits that call this program, right? You're not one of them, so let's go. All right.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thank
Break
you.
up
Bye-bye.
now. What are you gonna do right now?
Erase his name and number. Change your phone number.
Right.
Yeah, move on.
Well, that would be pretty of one of my first steps right now.
It is the first step. Let's go. Or you can send him a text message and tell him to F off, and then you erase everything.
Yeah.
All right?
Wow.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
It's never going to be easy, but you have to make that first step.
All right?
Definitely.
You can do it.
Yeah. All
I
right.
do that.
It's a good day to do that.
Thanks.
It's a good day
Enjoy
to have
your
a better
life.
You know what?
life.
No. Time out. I say caller of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call you back later in the day, okay? Because, of course, we still have some time left. Next, someone else is going to wow us. But I say front runner. All right? All right, Sarah. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Daphne, you're calling from Baguio. What's up? You have a question for Senator Pia.
Yes.
What's up?
Yep. This is a call from Baguio. And my name is Daphne, and I just called because I know that Senator Pia Cayetano is your guest. I would like to seek her advice on how on the law, I think, or I don't know if it's a provision or whatever, which I heard allows Filipinos to retain their maiden name instead of carrying their husband's name, usually professionally and in official documents. I know that she did that. I mean, she didn't.
I didn't change my name.
So I would like to know how could that be possible?
Well, you just don't use your husband's name. That's it. No one can force you.
That's just it.
You just do it.
Do we
It's
have
a little bit.
a
It's a
law
little
on
bit
that or
difficult.
something like-
Yeah, the civil code provides that a woman can use, and it's very specific. You can use your name, then your maiden name, then your husband's name, or you can use Mrs. How do they say that? Mrs. and then the full name of the full name of right. They say like
right.
They say like Mrs. Mo Twister.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
instead of having a hyphenated name.
Yeah. So it's there. It says there. Except I do want you to know that there are bills pending in the Senate, and I am going to hear it soon, that clarify that even further to specifically say that a woman can retain her, because it doesn't say that in the civil code, but it doesn't prevent you from retaining your maiden name. I have so many friends who have, and that's okay. The only difficulty is if you had switched to your husband's name as soon as you got married, and you want to switch back, then it's just that perhaps most of your documents already switched, so then that can get difficult. But usually if you have an affidavit that shows that is the same person, that Mrs. So-and-so is the same as Miss Ganyan-Ganyan, and show your marriage certificate, your birth certificate, should be fine.
All right.
Would it be the same, in all official documents like your passport?
My suggestion is that's why actually the reason I didn't change was really for practicality. I figured at that time wala pa masyadong cell phone, so I was like, if somebody calls the house and asks for Attorney Cayetano, then that would be me, and then he would be his name. So, and then also I figured if I change one, and I'm the kind of person who I get overwhelmed with all this paperwork. If I change one, I have to change all. So I just didn't change anything. Everything stayed the same.
Driver's license, credit cards, passport.
I just
pain
kept
in the
it.
ass. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the call, babe. Appreciate it. 659-6969 is the phone number. Let me get back to my question I wanted to ask you earlier, because I didn't get to that. I'm sorry. We have Congressman Singson, who obviously comes from a very powerful family here, and he got arrested, as you all know, in Hong Kong, and he is now pleading guilty for trafficking, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not even possession; it's like freaking full-on trafficking
because of the volume of drugs, that he had.
As a congressman, your thoughts on what you think he should do in terms of retaining his post, or is there a law that says he can't, or he's going to be impeached, or should he resign? I mean, all of these, I'm sure, are questions that you're hearing amongst your colleagues. What's your take on him?
Well, let me tell you what the laws say. No? So the Constitution, the highest law of the land, says that the members of Congress can discipline themselves, and they can come up with their own rules defining they come up with their own rules. So I'm not familiar at all with the rules of the lower house, because the lower house and the Senate have different rules. But I am sure that they contain some kind of provision that says that this is your code of conduct. You have to be morally upright. You shouldn't be committing a crime. I'm sure it says something like
because
that.
It's not like it's not like it's up in the air whether he did or he didn't, because he admitted to.
Let me clarify that, because the discussion a month ago and the discussion now would be different, because then they were saying it would be speculative because, give the guy the benefit of the doubt. He's innocent until proven guilty. But now he himself declared, he pleaded guilty.
Right.
So then it brings you back to what does the Constitution say? The Constitution says that the members may discipline their members. But the question then that comes to my mind is, do we have to go through that process? Not me, but the members of Congress. Do they have to go through that process?
Sure.
There is a law, which is the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees, that say that you must not violate the law.
All right.
So then again, if I was that congressman and that public official, and I want to say, no, you have to go through the process, due process, give me a hearing, then strictly speaking, you can insist on that, no? But if you already declared that you are guilty in another forum, then I think as a public official, you should be consistent. And if the law say, and even if the law did not say that you should be upholding the laws, whether it's a law in this country, it's a law in another country, these laws are the same, the trafficking is illegal, then I think it's incumbent of such person to relinquish that position.
Now you're a Philippine lawyer, so I don't know if you can give an opinion on this, but what happens to him? He's going to go to jail, right? There's no probation. There's none of that for trafficking.
You're right. A crime is jurisdictional, which means the law that governs is the country where the crime was committed.
Right.
So that would be Hong Kong. And I know only because I read that the penalty for trafficking is life imprisonment, and I do not know what the consequences are if you plead guilty. Normally, if you plead guilty, then you'll get points for that, and they'll
lesser
bring that down.
Like that.
But from life, then what is it? 30 years?
Right.
That's what it is. So I don't really know anything more than what I've read myself.
Rough. All right. I just want to know, because that's a big story right now. We're seeing on the news a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to more of the phone calls here. Wow, it's starting to get political. Let's go to Darwin. You're 22. You're from Cainta. You have a question about the president. What's up?
Yeah. Tatanong ko lang kay Senator Pia kung hindi ba masyadong mabait si Pinoy, kaya parang sobrang chaotic dito sa Pilipinas ngayon.
Well, I will say mabait siyang tao talaga. I'm proud to say na yung presidente naman natin mabait na talaga na tao. But having said that, you are also right that kailangan matigas ka, no? If you're gonna be the president, then, and any public official for that matter, you have to be tough, and you have to be able to pull out that whip when you have to. You have to be able to call a spade, and it's easy to pinpoint, but when you say that this is wrong, you make sure that the officers in charge do something about it, and not later, not study, do it now. So,
do you think that's what he's lacking? Maybe a little inner toughness, a little bit more.
I think he's tough, but maybe he's studying it a little bit hard, too hard, or weighing everything, or it's a complicated. It's like a maze there. You step on one toe and suddenly there's all these other people. So that's where it's nice to have all the experience, under your belt, and not just experience knowing what's going on, but the experience of knowing when to crack your whip, when to say no. Are you ready for all the stack of dominoes to start falling?
Right.
You have to have the political guts, to really be able to do that. So
all right.
Let's keep praying for him, and he's our president for the next 6 years, so let's back him up.
Thanks, Darwin, for the call. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right.
Let's get back to, before we go, all right, we'll take this one more, and then we'll go back to these people's love problems and whatnot. Emma, you're 25. You have a question for Senator Pia. You're from Quezon City. What's up?
Hello, Emma.
Hello, Senator and Mike and Dr. Gan.
Hi.
I have a question.
Mike?
Yep.
Who the hell's Mike?
I think it's Miguel.
What?
Huh?
What?
No, I think she called me Mike.
Mo, I forgot. I'm sorry.
We're all like, where's Mike?
Where's Mike?
Senator
Mike?
All right, go ahead. What's up?
Anyways, I have a question for the senator.
Yes, sure.
Has anybody from the Senate or from work or even a celebrity tried to hit on you?
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
From all of the above areas that you mentioned.
Given that you're a senator and all.
Yeah. Can I tell you the worst?
Go.
Yeah,
the worst
sure,
was
go
a
ahead.
public official, pretty high level. I think he was
Senator as well?
No, not senator, not
Mayor,
senator. No. Just high
Okay.
level, I guess trying to hit on me, but he said it in a way that was really weird. He said it by way of telling me that he did not have erectile dysfunction.
Oh my God, really?
Kaya sabihin
Yeah, and I'm
sa'yo
like,
yun?
wow. Yeah, I was like, first of all, that's so
Nakakahiya.
uncool to have to
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Even if he was really gorgeous and then he had to say that, wala
Wrong
na, diba?
words to choose.
And then
Wrong
secondly, why say that at all?
He must have been shorter than you.
Oh, how interesting that you say that, Mo, because the first thing he said to me within a few minutes of being introduced, for like the next 20 minutes, he kept on saying, ang tangkad mo, dami sigurong na-insecure
Yeah,
sa'yo.
yeah,
Ang tangkad mo. He said it over and over, and then...
Baka matagal ka na niyang gusto.
No, he was short, and well, Pia, you are.
He wasn't
rather,
really short. I'm just really tall.
Yeah. What are you, 6 foot?
No,
You're just about.
I'm 5'8" lang. I
No
just look tall.
way.
I am 5'8", and then of course if I wear like an inch and a half,
You
then
look
I
like
look.
you're 6'1". Sincerely.
Yeah, no, don't say that because I'll date a guy who's 5'9". If you keep saying I'm 6,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
then
that's
then that totally basketball players and I don't even like basketball.
Yeah, you don't want those guys. Babaeros. All right. Anyway.
Anyways, Momo,
Yeah.
has anybody tried to hit on you famous? I mean...
Of course, Mo, of course.
No. It's Mike now. It's Mo. Any fame? Oh, has famous people ever hit on me?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Name names.
What the
No,
fuck?
he's a
The
guy.
host
He said
of the show?
guy. He doesn't
Okay.
name guys. Nice guys don't name names.
Yeah, of course not. But yeah, absolutely.
You could have asked me to do that, but you lost
Oh,
your
yeah,
chance.
sure,
No, I'm
sure.
not.
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
Famous
No,
people.
no.
Come on, just give me one famous
I'm
guy.
a politician, and I'm also.
Yeah,
I
don't
also
ruin the
just like
career.
a good guy. I don't name names.
Oh, great.
Unless it's a public hearing, unless it's
ruined for you,
detrimental
Mo.
to public interest if I withhold the information. No, it won't.
Emma,
Life will go on.
Emma, you messed this one up. All right, thanks for the call, doll. I appreciate
All right,
it.
no problem.
Bye-bye.
Thanks as
Let's
well.
take the next one here, Chris. Let's go to the love stuff now. Chris, you're 23. You're from Cavite. What's up?
Yeah, may I on air?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Mo. Senator Pia, Dr. Gan.
Hi.
All right. What's up?
Yeah, I have a question, the good doctor.
Go ahead.
Last week I had sex with my girlfriend, tapos the day after, my throat became extremely sore. I took up over-the-counter antibacterial meds for 3 days. Tapos, yesterday, I saw this choco-flavored mebendazole inside my girlfriend's bag. Tapos, tinanong ko siya kung para sa yung drug. Tapos, sabi niya, the doctor said daw na may pinworm siya. I'm just wondering if
May ano?
Pinworm.
my
Okay.
pinworm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if my throat would be just okay because it's still sore. Like, kahit kapag umiinom ako ng tubig, nahihirapan pa din ako.
Okay. First off, who gave you the antibiotics? Did you just take it by yourself?
Bali, Zitromax 500.
Yeah, you should-
Zithromax, by the way, may I add, Gan, before we get to this, Zithromax has become the rock star of antibiotics. Everybody seems to like, oh, I have a cough, let me Zithromax this, because it's a 3-day, super powerful,
Yeah.
beats everything that gets in its way for now. Antibiotic. Is this really dangerous? What everybody's doing with this whole fascination with Zithromax?
Yeah, it's not just Zithromax.
Erythromycin, things like that,
You're
right?
not supposed to take antibiotics left and right. Wait for your doctors. Go see a doctor if you want meds. Because the reason why we discourage this is it influences resistance to bacteria. The next time you take these meds, the bacteria is immune to it and already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zithromax is so hardcore, though.
Yeah. So the problem is if the bacteria becomes resistant to Zithromax or whatever antibiotics you're taking, the next time you have to take an antibiotic, it has to be one level higher.
And
So it's much
soon,
more
wala
expensive.
na mag-e-effect sa'yo.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little bit expensive. So problem with financial. Now with your problem now, I think you have UTI at the first. Have yourself checked by a doctor, and then about mebendazole. Mebendazole is meds taken for parasitic infections. Yeah. Pinworms is affected by mebendazole. This shouldn't bother you that much during sex, but since the anus is very close to the vagina, the pinworms can crawl up into the vagina and can get can infect the vagina as well.
So just get some salt and some water, gargle, you'll be fine.
Okay. So you mean
since he's taking mebendazole,
Don't self-medicate. That's the lesson for the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so do
Go
you
see a
think this
doctor.
is not just a simple tonsillitis or something?
Even
is it a simple tonsillitis? You have to see a doctor.
Yeah, you have to see a
That's-
doctor.
That's
Yeah,
what
see a
he's saying
doctor.
nga, eh.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Enough with the Zithromax. And that goes for all of you guys,
Yeah,
right?
don't just self-medicate with antibiotics, please. This is the problem of us doctors with patients who just who listens to their neighbors, who tells them, the
this,
doctor
take
gave
that.
my son or gave me 2 months ago this meds.
Ito na rin.
Yeah, ito na rin. You take this. So
Maybe
that's
we
the
should
problem.
also have our pharmacies not selling it to any guy who wants to just
Oh,
buy it.
that's
Like,
the-
Well,
That's
actually, that is the law. They're supposed to have a receipt for
Yeah.
it. I mean, what do you call it? Prescription.
I'll be honest
That's a
though.
problem.
I'll be honest. I'm a hypocrite. Okay, I've had my house help. I said, go downstairs, buy me some Zithromax. I'm too sick to even get to the hospital. I'm so ill, and I'm like, I need to go to work tomorrow. And Zithromax 3 pills. I should be good to go. If I take one right now, take one tomorrow, I think I'm going to be all right. So I send the house help there. They go down to the most reputable of pharmacies and get it, no problem. They come back up, and I'm taking it. So
Yeah, the usual problem that we have with you, it's okay because you've got lots of money. How about for people who doesn't have that much money, and then the next time around they have to spend out more money because
They
the
need a
meds will
higher
be
level
expensive.
of
Yeah.
medicine.
Gotcha. John, you're from Parañaque. You have a question for Senator Pia. What's up?
Yeah. Hi, Mo.
Hi.
I would just like to ask Pia if she would consider running for presidency.
Yeah, Pia, is that everyone's goal? Or are there people in the Senate that
Not mine.
kind of just want to be a senator and that's it?
Is it everyone's goal? I can't say if it's everyone's goal, but yeah, I mean, normally, if you're in public office, if you're elected to public office, a lot will aim for a higher position.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't. It's a tough job. I like the legislative side because I'm a lawyer. My background is a corporate lawyer, and I like the research. I like putting together the law. I like the legal aspect of my work. And then because I'm an outdoor person, I like being out there, finding out for myself what the problems are and bringing it out. So personally, I don't desire to be president. Is it an option? Well, usually when you're a senator, they say that welcome to the club of presidentiables. They say that.
Yeah, right.
But I don't desire it, and I'm not planning for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So your question is, would she consider it for now? Let's just say for now, no.
For now, no. I was asked already in the 2010 election to consider running for vice, and I said no.
Wow. Okay, I got you. And you were supposed to run with who then? If that was the case?
Senator Villar. I mean, I wasn't his only choice.
Right,
there were
right.
a couple, and from the start, I said no.
Nice. All right. Thanks, John.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. Bye bye. But how many do you think of the senators with you there share your sentiments of not running for the presidency?
Well, like for example, those who are older, like Joker. No, I know he is competent, but he wouldn't desire to be president anymore. Who else wouldn't? That's a good question. Wouldn't.
But is there?
I'm running their faces through my mind, and I don't really know anyone else who wouldn't really want.
Pretty straightforward answer coming from a senator that says you're not going to run for a.
Oh, I didn't say I wasn't. I said I'm not thinking of it. I do not desire
okay.
it. Because I also said that about the Senate. If you ask all my friends who knew me, there was no way that I would want to be in politics, no? So I don't desire it. But when that time comes 6 years from
Well, who
now,
knows?
and somebody says to me, Pia, look who's running, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't desire it, and I hope I don't have to make that choice because I am a person who believes that if you're called, then you have to serve. But I hope I'm not called.
Gotcha. Now, how does it work when Senate rankings? I mean, all of you guys have the same powers, whether you finish number 1 or if you finish number
True.
15 or 20, what does it matter? But if you're
Among
number
us?
if you're number 1 and number 2, it's almost like it's assumed that you're going to run for the presidency in 6 years.
Well, I mean, it tells you that you get a lot of votes, no? So it tells you that you're
Nationally, you're
presidentiable.
winnable, right.
Yeah, it wouldn't prevent number 20 from running either, though.
But if
and
you go
within
number
the
1,
and within the Senate, it doesn't really matter among us. I mean, in
no,
terms of-
like Bong doesn't go, hey, I'm number 1, baby, walking around the Senate doing
no
that.
one. You can't do that in the Senate because in this, I mean, obviously we acknowledge, who got the highest number of votes. We know, we remember these things. But once you're in the Senate, there are like really good people there.
Yeah.
And being number 1, 2, or 3 doesn't matter if you can't defend yourself on the floor. So if you go around saying that, you're going to get creamed.
So it does help then. Sorry, I know we're going really political here real quick before the commercial break. It does then help if you know the law, like you were saying. I mean, because you can be popular actor, boxer or whatever, and when you're out having to defend
you have
a bill
to
or
carry
something like
your
that,
own.
yeah.
I mean, we look at each other and we know if you did your own homework or if you're just reading off paper that was submitted by your staff. And even if you're reading off questions that your staff made, if you can't answer the follow-up question on your own,
you're dead.
we can tell.
Right,
We
but-
can tell
but
within a
do you-
minute.
do you-
And let me just say this quickly also. The senior senators, even when I came in and when I said senior, these are like people in their 50s, 60s, they test you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
They
know.
test
It's like,
you. I was tested.
Yeah, but you're tested.
Miriam, Johnny Ponce Enrile, people who were colleagues of my dad, they asked me questions.
Yeah,
when
but you're a scholar. You're flying color graduate from in college. You are a lawyer. What if you're a celebrity? What if you're freaking Pacquiao? You're up there, and all of a sudden, do you guys go, look? It's Manny trying to talk legislation. How about we kick his ass a little bit?
Well, I can't speak for the House because
Okay, 'cause you're not the Senate,
because we're in
right.
the Senate, no. But we do try to be supportive, no. I mean, we all do also acknowledge that each one of us was elected by the people. So we also don't go around saying like, I'm a lawyer, you're not.
Right.
We don't. And normally, I'm a lawyer, you're not. Everybody knows that.
But okay, but the
So-
Senate has a bunch of non-lawyers. You have Lito Lapid, actor, you Bong, actor, Jingoy, actor. Who else is there? That kind of from the Tito Soto. So I mean, there's a chunk right there that fine. Jingoy, Bong, those guys have been there long enough to probably be able to carry themselves and stuff like that. But I mean, if I was a lawyer and being the prick that I am, I would likely just rip them in half every single time they took the thing because I knew more than them.
Well, there are people like Joker, and Joker's my seatmate. I always have interesting seatmates. And when some people are standing, he's mumbling the whole time, and I'm laughing the whole time because it's hilarious the things he says. Like, oh, look at that guy, doesn't know what he's talking about, And then he's like, exactly what he was telling me a few weeks ago. He's like, look at that person. See, when you're here long enough, Pia, you know what to say. You can pause when it's time to pause, and you know the phrases to say. But we know, right? We know that he doesn't know what he's talking about. And Joker's not going to get up and say that. But once in a while, he'll say, if he doesn't like somebody, Joker, he's going to get up and say, you're just saying that because, and he's going to say something that hurts.
Yeah. Hey, so he carries
Joker.
the name well.
He does. He's my favorite too. He's like second to Miriam.
All right, I got you. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Pia Cayetano here. MyDailyRace.com and where is
Pia now?
.com. All right, let's take a break back after this.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
Huh?
We're taking more of your calls at 659-6969. Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is brought to you by San Mig Light and powered by Smart Bro.
Dude, pwede ba ako mag-model? Pwede. Yun ang pwede. Uy, si Sam Pinto. Pwede nga.
Uy, San Miglite. Pwede.
Low-calorie San Mig Light. Magaan sa tiyan para humaba ang inuman.
Pwede maki-join friends ko?
Pwede.
Hi, this is Lady Gaga, and you're listening to Good Times with Mo, Philippine Genius. Good Times with Mo.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is brought to you by San Mig Light and powered by Smart Bro. Call the show 659-6969.
659-6969.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, brought to you by San Mig Light.
And powered by Smart Bro.
Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast.
And visit www.motwister.com.
Pia Cayetano is here on the show as we take it back from the podcast commercial break. This is brought to you by San Mig Light, the 100-calorie, low-cal, sexy beer here in the country, of course. Also brought to you by Smart Bro. This whole thing powered by Smart Bro at the Smart Bro Studios. And we want to thank all our sponsors that really just make this show happen on a nightly basis. And Pia, of course, thanking you for being here.
Yeah.
All right, we're just a couple minutes from wrapping this one up. We still have the caller of the night to get to. Hopefully they win the BlackBerry. But just two more questions for Senator Pia Cayetano here. Let's go to Cebu. Clark, you're 17. What's up?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's going on?
I'd like to ask Senator Pia if is she pro or anti SEC budget cuts, and no, how could she help us students?
Okay. Well, I definitely supported more funds for education, particularly SUCs. I objected to the cuts in the well, for people who don't know what SUCs is, it's state, university, and colleges. And what can I do? Well, I actually pushed for the increase of the budget of SUC. So did my brother, Senator Alan. And I've actually put in my own funds, the one they call the pork barrel. I've put funding for various SUCs as I continue to do so.
All right, Clark?
Okay.
Anything you want to follow up? That's fine.
I think that will be fine.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. All the way in Cebu. You've been on hold. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. All right.
Thank
bye-bye.
you very much, too.
All right, let's go to our caller of the night, Maya. You're back on the show. Hello?
Yes.
Hi, dear.
Hi.
You were the front runner, and it looks like you're going to take it home here. What was your problem again? I completely forgot. You were the one with the boyfriend that cheated on you, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And then you found out about it on a blog, and oh my God, yeah. And you just came from a date with him, right?
Yeah, we watched a movie. We had a great dinner, but actually tonight was I'm planning to talk to him about it, but I really don't have the courage to do so.
Oh, you lied to us, Maya. Okay, now we're revoking caller of the night.
No, I mean I wanted to talk to him, but I really can't talk to him about it. But you know, I really don't know what to do when I went home. He actually hinatid pa niya ako here sa bahay, but
you lied to us, Maya. You said after we spoke you were going to call him or you were going to text him to F off and then you were going to move on, right?
No. What I said is that the date, diba? We had a date before going home.
Yun nga, pero I said after our phone conversation that you were going to text him to F off and
yes,
you were
I did.
You did that?
I did.
What did you text? What did you text? Let me hear it.
What I said to him is that,
honey, I think we should talk tomorrow about something.
No, I mean no. I actually texted him, just a text.
What did you say?
It's over.
I said I'm calling it off. I said it's a night.
And then what did he say?
He didn't reply. I'm still waiting for his reply. Or if he doesn't reply, I don't care.
Don't expect for a reply.
Yeah.
I'll pick a BlackBerry for you and throw out your number because the thing is, I don't want you to be waiting. I want you to forget about him. Don't be waiting. Like say he didn't reply. Never mind. He's out of your life. Don't even. I don't even want you to consider what he's gonna say. If he's gonna be nice, if he's gonna deny, just forget it now. Because his reply shouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah, we're done with him. All right. Collectively, we all hate him. All right.
Yeah.
Pick a jar, 1, 2, or 3. One of them has a BlackBerry in it. Senator Pia Cayetano here will open it in front of the camera. You'll see what you win. All right. What do you want?
Okay.
Which jar? 1, 2, or 3?
I have 3.
3. All right, Pia, she has 3. I want to pick. Ooh.
I hope it's a BlackBerry because that's going to be your incentive to just, change your number and throw his out. And if it's not, you're still going to do the same thing, okay?
All right, you have just
Am I gonna
won.
read this or
yeah,
you?
You can read it. Go ahead.
TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays gift certificates so you can have dinner alone. All right, this is awesome.
No, have it with your girlfriends.
Yeah, listen, discuss. Okay, this is it. Everybody, you're gonna go. Dinner's on me. Let's all go to Fridays. Lovely, lovely place. I'm the new endorser of that wonderful restaurant. I dig it immensely. And they're all gonna talk about how much you did the right thing tonight. All right?
And you're not taking any advice from anyone who says otherwise, okay? It's over.
Yeah. Or you can save it if you meet
I will remember that.
If you meet a guy that you might like between now and Valentine's Day, you're gonna go and take him to Valentine's Day, treat him to a nice little dinner. All right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That,
Ooh. See, perfect. The fact that you're excited about going out with other guys already is such a good sign.
Yeah, that's a great sign. And go to sleep thinking of that. Who are the great guys you're gonna meet? Who are not gonna treat you the way this guy did, okay?
There are lots
I
of guys
really
out
wanted to be positive with everything.
Be positive. It's your choice. Be positive. That you can't control what he did, but you can control your attitude. So be positive.
Okay.
Just a reminder on jar number 2 was, and there it is, the BlackBerry 9780.
There it is, number 2.
And number 1, I believe, was San Mig Light gift items as well. There you go. All right. Are we taking one more call here? Let's ask the Pat. Are we taking one more call? Or are we done?
We're done, but there's one incoming call again.
There
you want
is?
to take it?
What do they want?
We'll take it we'll ask first.
That's okay. I'll take it from here. That's fine. Just so we could wrap it up here. Thanks, though. Let's go to... Thank you, Maya. Let's take this one last call before we call it a night. Hello? Hello? Christian, I think? Is it right? Pat, can you put him on hold?
Okay, for a while.
All right, thanks. Sorry, because this guy's been on hold. I want to make sure that we take all the calls for tonight. Christian, wrap it up. What do you got?
I would like to ask to Senator Pia regarding the greatest battle she have fought for politics.
The what?
The greatest battles I've fought.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to end this night.
Yeah,
Greatest battle.
That's interesting. You know what? I'm not a flashy person, so I'd like to say, I'm not the kind of person probably who you'll find, being out there with like you said, the greatest battle. But I'd like to think that every day is a battle. I mean, every day I strive to be upright. Every day I strive to do a good job, and through the little things I do, I guess the challenge is to keep doing my work, even though there isn't the attention on it. A lot of the work I do is amendments to laws that people don't even notice, like the family code, health codes. And so I continue to do that. And that's a challenge to keep myself interested in it and to keep going on, knowing that it will change the environment, even though it's not what you see on the news every day. It's rarely in the paper. So that's what I do. And that gives me comfort because thankfully I don't need the attention. So I'm happy doing it. But I stick with it simply because I know it's the right thing to do.
All right. Thanks for the call, Christian. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, Senator, anything else you want to plug out there before we wrap it up, aside from your 2 websites?
Nothing. I don't
Any
really
races
have.
coming
No,
up?
I just finished a major event in Palawan. I go around the country and we do seminars, like I said, on healthcare and the environment. So that's done. So nothing major. I'll text you when
Please.
March comes up because that's Women's Month and that's when we'll have a lot of things going on. So.
Excellent. The very good Senator Pia Cayetano on the program tonight. Thank you very much. We appreciate your attendance. I know it's super late, and I know you have a long day, but you made some time for us. We appreciate it very much.
I had a good time. Thank you for having me. I did.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bianca King on the program tomorrow. And as we wrap up the week, of course, this podcast is brought to you by San Mig Light. It is powered by Smart Bro here live at the Smart Bro Studios, available for download on iTunes tomorrow. You can download all the previous episodes as well on video and audio. Thank you very much, Dr. Gan, for your work tonight. All the interns, Engineer Miguel, and for Senator Pia. My name is Mo. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the podcast. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Night.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, was brought to you by San Mig Light. Executively produced by Mohan Gumata. Engineered by Miguel Alfindo. And operated by Icon Media Inc. Special thanks to Dr. Gan Montenegro, Larry Carlat, and Magic 89.9. Good Times with Mo, the podcast, is a Battle Axe production. Recorded at the Smart Bro Studios in Manila, Philippines. You can follow Mo on Twitter at www.twitter.com/DJ Mo Twister. Email him at goodtimeswithmopodcast@rocketmail.com. Website www.motwister.com.